Hey guys, it's Sergey from DeFi Gator. Today we're here to talk about Triflex Token. Before we start, if you don't know too much about us, check out our content on DeFiGator.xyz, where we got a ton of resources and info on upcoming projects. Like to remind everybody before we jump in, this video is for entertainment purposes only. It's not financial advice. Make sure to do your own research and always have fun. Okay, so this basically came to our attention because it's launching on August 7th for a pre-sale, and we wanted to explore and see what this was. So I'm going to break it down. This token essentially is a future launchpad, a future NFT marketplace, and these guys are also going to, well, they're supposedly right now building also ticketing NFT system. Okay, so essentially, you would be able to purchase tickets to sporting events and concerts and wherever else through NFTs, which is totally realistic. I mean, that's what NFTs were definitely, part of what they were made for. So if you look at their website, again, nothing special. Cool little website. You got a little pull out here for all the socials. I don't really like, they didn't go into too much design here, but nothing terrible. I mean, you're obviously got coming soon and coming soon for the dashboard and the buy now because you can't buy the token yet. Go down here. The team, the team is doxed, so you can see that down here. What I noticed is something that jumped out at me. Usually these teams are like, maybe one head guy, two helpers, three helpers, and then, a team of three, four, five guys of developers, which are usually subcontractors or, independent. They're not really part of the team per se. They're just hired to do the code. This team is comprised of 20 people. 20. Okay, so I'm not sure again if part of that 20 is going to be the Solidity team that they have writing the code. But either way, I mean, 20 is a lot of people, a lot of mouths to feed, as I always look into it. So initially, all the utility is just the sales of the token itself, but they are saying that there is the launchpad that is going to come very, very fast right after they launch the project. So again, that makes me question, okay, how popular are they going to be? Who do they have that's ready to go to the launchpad? Because if you're going to compete with the pink sale, which actually is, it's not the greatest launchpad. They have a ton of rugs that constantly launch on there, but they collect 2% off every single sale that they do. So if they get 100 BNBs or 200 BNBs, or equate that to 50,000 or $100,000. Well, guess what? They're taking 2% of everything, whether that project rugs or not. That's how they make their money. So I'm assuming these guys want to do the same thing. They want to have a launch pad, and they're going to need to attract a ton of projects. So it'd be nice to see what kind of logistics they have on their launch pad. What does it look like? I mean, how good are the graphics? So here's the roadmap. Nothing special. They got the website dashboard. They're going to have a wallet come out by Q4. The LLC formation, okay, it's part of the roadmap, but again, it's, kind of like back end. It doesn't really tell you where are the utility, what's going to be producing the stable coin, what's going to be feeding the treasury. So again, I think that it's the launch pad, but they don't have a date for when they'll be released. But they are launching next, actually not next week, but August 7th. So NFT Marketplace, I mean, we've seen this a lot. Everybody has an NFT Marketplace. Maybe they have something different. But so far, this is the only information. It's just they have, that's what they want to do. So Metaverse Casino to be determined. Fantasy Sports to be determined. Triflex Vault established out of the token allocations earned via the promotional reward token pool in order to create the foundation necessary for a fully decentralized financing platform. When I read that, I think the average investor is going to be like, huh? What? I don't understand that. So I wish that these projects would make things very, very easy to understand. I know that they understand it because they've discussed this for hours and hours and hours on end, and it sounds good to them. But you got to consider the person reading this might not even know much about crypto. So tell him why this works, right? So I guess they need the liquidity. That's how I would interpret it. So in order to create more tokens. So their Telegram channel is fairly active. They have people on there answering questions or trying to answer questions. Also, a lot of, as I see a lot in a lot of these channels, just fanboys kind of like, I'm not sure if it's shillers, which is what like marketers, low level marketers, they're just saying, oh, to the moon, one Lambo, like things like that. But I don't know if they invest much. So we'll see what kind of launch they have. So the team, you can read up about them here. Again, they didn't go through a KYC, but they're on camera. They have their faces on camera. They're doxxed. You can go through here, and even this guy, David. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The head guy is Chief Development Officer. Let's see, where's this head guy? Jeremy. Okay, so Chief Executive Officer. He has a LinkedIn and he has a Twitter, so you can kind of see him. So they are putting their faces out there, which is nice to see. They are getting their contract audited by Certic. So that's very much in the plus column. That is a great thing. So my spidey sense is I really doubt that they would want to rug people or trying to scam people or anything like that. It's just my problem is it's hard to understand where the utility is, and again, I think it's just the Launchpad and the NFT Marketplace and the ticketing system. But again, that's all coming. That's not going to be on the day of launch. So on the day of launch, it's just going to be whatever transactions are for buying the actual token. They're going to take an 18% tax on buys and an 18% tax on sells. And that's where the reflections, which is, a percentage of that 18%, is going to go back to the holders. And that's what's going to be your reward. So, yeah, it's kind of, I went through the white paper. You can see right here in the overview, it doesn't really say. I had to kind of extract it from their AMAs what the utility will be, but you can, there's 2 pages of just, as I call it, mumbo jumbo. But you got to put yourself in the mindset of an absolutely amateur investor, or amateur, if you don't want to call it investor, player in the game, whatever. Are they going to understand this right here? No, probably not. So, have something where, why, how much are you getting back? Nowhere here does it say how much you're getting back, except for the reflections. Obviously, they can't promise anything on the Launchpad, but it doesn't even say, let's say 30% of revenue of Launchpad goes back to the DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. So, and everything will be voted on. So that's all great and good, but I don't think the average investor knows, what they're talking about. That's what I have a problem with whenever they try to explain this. You can see their team, by the way, of all 20 people. So, lot of mouths to feed. If you figure, just always think logically. If they got 20 people, and each one is getting $1,250 a week, because, again, let's just take an average salary, right? So that's 25 grand a week in salary that they're going to need to support. In 4 weeks, they're at 100 grand. Okay, so how much stablecoin rewards, not rewards, but how much stablecoin is the treasury generating in order to support that kind of burden? Okay, might be less. I don't know. I'm just looking at 20 people, how much each makes. They've supported the development so far. They're going to want to get that money back. So always think about these things. But again, not at all discouraging you from taking a look at this. Ask your questions in Telegram. Their Discord is quite dead. I mean, meaning like it's not active in chat, but the Telegram is quite active. So I'm sure they'll answer all your questions. The launch again is on August 7th, and ask him whatever questions on Telegram. And if you have any other projects you want us to review, please reach out in the comments below. We will link all their socials and their website down in the description. And make sure to always check out our website for all the updates. We have daily updates for worthy projects. Believe me, we turn down a ton. We probably turn down 9 out of 10 projects almost because they're just such crap. So these are the best that actually float up and have a chance at survival. So we wish these guys luck. If you have any other questions, reach out to us on any of our social channels, and we'll see you on the next one.